This is the best drift vehicle in the Crew 2, and this is the worst drift vehicle in the Crew 2. That's right, today we are testing out the best and the worst of the drift vehicles in the Crew 2. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new, as it does help out the channel. So what will be happening is we'll be testing out both vehicles at this track right here. Where is it? Right here, Miami Racetrack Skid, and we will see which vehicle comes out on top. I mean, probably the better vehicle, right? But we'll see. And to be fair, I have been missing drift events recently, so let's get into some drift events, shall we? And the first one is obviously the beautiful 370Z. The best vehicle in the game, hands down, in my personal opinion. To be fair, someone could say the limo is the best drift vehicle. If you do that, you are very delusional, but you could. And but yeah, this is all personal preference. But let's test them out and see how well each vehicle gets on. Firstly, this thing is just, it's too good. This thing is too, it's just gonna, this bit is gonna be so boring because it's gonna be so good and so smooth. But that's how this vehicle is. It is the best vehicle in my eyes for a reason. Oh, and I just crashed. But it is the best vehicle. I'll prove it to you that this is the best vehicle, and you should definitely get your hands on it. I've made multiple videos, I think, of this vehicle. And to be fair, I would make another one, and I am making another one right here. So this vehicle is carrying my channel. So let's give it some credit. Now this thing is just way too smooth. This thing isn't legal. I know most drift vehicles, well, some people say most drift vehicles in this game do feel the same, but oh, the worst vehicle is the worst vehicle for a reason. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thinks it's the worst. So this is the only debatable part of the whole episode, is whether or not this vehicle is the best. But the limo is the worst. It is just awful. At least this vehicle can turn, it's smooth, it's just the butter machine. It is the butter machine of drifting. Easy, ace, it's just so good. And I just mess up on that turn every time. Every time I compliment or praise this vehicle, that little turn does me over every single time. But it's my fault. I haven't been on the track in a couple days. Well, couple of weeks. I've not done a drift event in years, it feels like. So that's my excuse for today. That's my excuse. But as always, this thing is amazing. Butter machine. It is so good. And yes, it's the best for a reason. I personally love it, and I think many people in the community love it as well. There is obviously so many other drift vehicles in the game that could arguably be the best, but for me and for this episode, the 370Z is the one. It's just overall so good. But let's test out the worst drift vehicle and see how it compares to this absolute beauty. Here we go. Let's test out the long boy itself. Look at it. It is disgusting. It is so bad, but yeah, let's test out this vehicle and see why it is the worst. I know it is the worst. I know it is the worst. I just forgot how bad this vehicle is. I just need to see for myself how bad this vehicle is. It's not cheap either, I don't think. I think it's like 200,000. Oh. 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 I'm going, just about. But it's very heavy and it takes forever to turn because it's so long. But it does make that pretty good. The camera angle as well, because this vehicle is so long and big, it's just so weird, this camera angle. And it doesn't drift. It doesn't actually drift properly. Oh, this thing is so bad. This thing is so bad. At least it's got rear wheel drive. That's all I can say. The only good thing it has is rear wheel drive. Because there's some cars out there, there's some drift vehicles, I'm not going to name any names, but some of them don't have rear wheel drive, and that really shows when you can't even drift with your back wheels, which is literally the best way to drift. But this thing just can't drift. This thing can't drift. Even though it has rear-wheel drive, it can't drift. Mate, this vehicle is hell. I'm doing my best here. I'm surprised I got 25,000 points. I'm doing my best to try and get some points on the board. But look, my combo's just going down really quick. Yeah, this thing ain't it. This thing ain't it. I mean, tight, like long turns like that, wide turns, you can get a lot of points. But I need to keep braking all the time, and it's so slow and so heavy that when I start back up again, the multiplier just goes. And that was a drift. Come on. Yeah, I give up. This vehicle is so bad. Just never buy it. Anyone, no, don't even. You might be tempted. Just don't. Please don't buy it. It is so bad. If you're struggling with drift vehicle, with any drift events already, this will just make it worse. You would actually think you suck at drift events when you don't. It's just a vehicle. Yeah, awful. I could still complete this event on beginner or normal, whatever it is, but still very, very bad. And yeah, out of all of the drift vehicles out there, this is the worst one by a country mile. Just look at it, it looks so smug. Stupid vehicle, I hate it so much. Get it off of my screen. Oh, but yeah, that is the best and the worst drift vehicles in the game. If you have used either of the two vehicles, tell me what you think of them down below, and tell me if they are the best or the worst, and tell me your best and worst drift vehicles as well. And way down there, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next video.